What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Griever, bringing you guys another episode of Behind the Bar Reviews for 7 Deadly Sins, Chapter 305. The chapter just dropped, and oh boy. Alright, so there are going to be a lot of fans, a lot of people that are going to hate on this in the same way that people dropped Fairy Tale during the Grand Magical Games and Sting giving up to Fairy Tale Stairs. And people are going to be more crushed and heartbroken than Puri Prisoner was in the last chapter of One Punch Man, spoilers, when his boyfriends were killed in front of him. That is, and he actually was the one who caused it, so I mean there's a little tit for tat there. But this, oh, okay, so why don't we just go through this? Why don't we just go through this and we'll save the opinions for the end, because here we see right off the bat, okay, so we know Zeldris took his hit, right? And we're all thinking, oh, the GOAT, the Prince, the one, he is down, and it's like, oh damn. And all we see of Zeldris in this entire chapter is him laying on the ground, not exactly cut in two or anything, but definitely looking, worse for wear. And it's not entirely, it's left up ambiguous once again. Is darkness going to heal him? Is Elizabeth going to show up and use the mark? Is Merlin going to pull some crazy spell that only she can use, one-time usage in the whole series again? Probably all three. But we don't exactly know what Zeldris' current status is. So that's kind of like, they could have built on that. But no, what we get is, once again, the power scaling of Bond versus the Demon King. Now, at this point, where we know that the spirit form, and remember, if we can take this at face value, and definitely say that out of the three categories of power scaling in Taizai, that the spirit is 100% currently focused on Meliodas within his mind. There's very little spirit in the Ten Commandment adult Meliodas form. If we can assume that much, that his spirit power is preoccupied, and he's using his magic and some of his strength and stuff, then you could kind of sort of make an argument. It's still not viable to me by power scaling. Bond should not be able to do this since he's shown up. I love Bond, but he shouldn't be able to do this. It just doesn't make sense on a power scaling level. But here he just beats the ever-loving shit out of him. He, and it looks epic. Don't get me wrong. The artwork, like the cover page, the death throes of the Demon King, and he looks so awesome. Like his old face and stuff. Still don't see his eyes. They're covered in the shadows. He's still looking awesome. And the artwork of Bond just getting pissed and punching the ever-loving crap out of the Demon King is phenomenal. It's wonderful art, and I love seeing Bond kicking ass. It just doesn't make any sense. That's the problem. I am so conflicted and torn here. I just don't know how to feel about it. Now they talk about what Bond's so ticked at is this was your own flesh and blood. I don't know really why he's so ticked, I guess. Maybe some Zhivago thing coming back, but that doesn't really make sense. Like, at least we could have gotten a reference. Like, if we had a panel where he remembers Zhivago, like, leaving him to try to save his own son sort of idea, then we would have had better context. Now, you could say that the fans, like myself and all of you, could read into this and know this, but it helps to have that visual aid. Remember, this is a manga. Visual aids is 90% of what makes a story great in a manga. Is the artwork, is the telling, is the way things are drawn and represented. So in that sense, I really would have liked to see where Bond's mind was at. Just one little square panel with him just showing the flashback panel of when Zhivago was in it, and just one little flashback thing. Then we would have, yes, I remember. And then it would have all clicked into place why he's so mad. It's the only thing I can think of. Because he's got no love for Zeldris. And right now, Meliodas is kicking ass as far as Bond's concerned. He's still fighting in spirit form. So for him to get so ticked, this is the only thing I can pull from, is because he says, how could you treat your own flesh and blood like that? They're part of your family, blah, blah, blah. And we know that that's important to Bond if we remember this key factor about his stepfather. Now, this is where the Demon King is all like, I don't need weakness in my bloodline. He was weak. I am the Demon King. And Bond's just like, so what? And punches the crap out of him. We continue to do this sort of thing. And see, here's where things are kind of coming to a close very, very quickly. We jump back over pretty much to Meliodas. And Meliodas basically summons up all the little balls of darkness, it seems like, and summons up all this stuff and uses an ability called Trillion Dark is the translation I read. I can assume from this, it's darkness balls, 1 trillion of them, hitting the Demon King all at once, and basically says, goodbye, Demon King, sort of idea. You're out of me. I'm going to kick you out of my body once and for all. Now, once again, because to me, it has been heavily implied, if not outright stated, that there is only an empty husk of a body in purgatory, this is the Demon King's soul and spirit. And this is the current body or vessel of said Demon King in the form of Meliodas' outward body. So, he defeats him, but it seems like we jump back right after this Trillion Dark thing. And we jump right back. And we see, okay, so Bond's like, okay, what's going on? And the Demon King's like, zip, 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 all around the place in darkness, screaming in agony or bellowing, it seems. And this is where Merlin somehow knows about this, something completely unprecedented, but claims that this is the Demon King's death throes. When someone sort of like the Grudge thing, don't make me pull up an image because I'm not going to search that. That thing terrifies me. But, the death cackling, the death throes, which of course the chapter is titled after. And this is how the Demon King is letting us know that he's dying now. And he's trying to take Meliodas with him apparently. And we need to get him out of the body right now. How anybody, I don't care if you're Merlin or not, how anybody knows about this, an unprecedented event. I don't care if she learned every single spell. And I don't care how much knowledge she's obtained or hypothesis she can come up with. Suffice it to say, to literally state all these facts, okay, I can forgive that, okay, these are, the Demon King is being defeated. He's actually, this is him exiting the body. But for them to both call it's his death throes, and also he's trying to take Meliodas with him like a self-destruct thing, and that means we need to immobilize him and try to kick the Demon King out of his body right now. Okay, how do you know any of this? How is any of this, I just don't buy that. I don't buy that explanation. I buy the fact that they would keep kicking his ass. I don't buy the explanation as to why they continued to do this. Now, after this, we see an awesome combo attack. We also see something else. I forget if this is before or after, but Hawk, remember that Hawk was mistakenly, from what we see, was put into the background of the shot when Gother launched everybody into the mind of Meliodas and they were there, the emotions, blah, blah, blah. Hawk was currently there as well in the last panel of the page, last page. But then after that, we don't see him in the chapter anymore. And then it's revealed right here that Elizabeth says, Hawk, where have you been? Why didn't you come with us? And Hawk kind of hums and haws as to exactly why. Now, I'm thinking there's more to this story. For some reason, I'm reading into this. Now, I don't know what I'm expecting at this point, because it seems like the series is going to end in the next, 3 chapters. By the way the rate is going, we're going to have a very unsatisfying ending and a lot of cliffhanger stuff. So I'm feeling disappointment just seep into my soul right now, guys. But this I hope leads somewhere. I hope we have some intrigue. Why did Hawk not? And was it an actual artistic mistake to have Hawk there? Maybe Hawk saw what was going on and pieced out for some reason. Remember, he is a purgatory animal. Mother of Chaos, wild, all these connections. Maybe Hawk knows more than he's letting on or something. Maybe by going and actually witnessing the Demon King for that split second, he bowed right out and all his memories came flooding back of when he was in purgatory, when he was an animal of purgatory, all this stuff. For all we know, this could all be the case. Of course, we probably will never know, but nonetheless, I find this exchange is important and interesting. You don't waste panels and dialogue in a manga series. I mean, some people do, but you should. Generally speaking, when you do note something, it's supposed to be a note of importance. So, I'm very, very curious as to what the reason was. Now, here's, of course, where we get a badass, I love this. This is a highlight of the chapter, is Arc, Perfect Cube, and Pollen Garden, even from a very weakened king, who's, of course, in his chibi form for the last 2 chapters, all together to create a triple multi-combination attack for a giant prison guard sort of idea. and it looks awesome. Like, combination of arc on top of perfect cube on top of polygon. Not that it does very much in the long run, but still, what an epic way to combine three skills you wouldn't even think that you could utilize them this way. And this is what old Taizai was like. Taizai was always about combining different magical abilities to harness unique ways of doing things. This looked cool. Like, you can combine these three magics. That was really cool. Everyone who had a shield ability basically went, yeah. Like, the only thing missing from it is Griever's, but I mean, his was kind of fodder anyways since the beginning, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But that was so cool. That was the highlight to me of this chapter, the big highlight right there. And after this, he breaks out and stuff. Hawk jumps on him, and I guess Hawk is still all about Meliodas because he jumps on him and said, one final attack covers Demon King Meliodas' eyes. It's just kind of like, I forget what he calls it, meat darkness or something like that, but of course the Demon King is going crazy. He's going crazy with his power, trying to basically blow himself up, I guess. I'm not really sure. He's trying to take Meliodas with him, whatever that entails, by, I guess, zipping around the place thinking he's the Flash or something. And here's where, I mean, Hawk still gets fried, and Bond's like, Master, you know, sort of idea, and things are getting really tense. We get a Diamond Tower ability. Where the hell did this come from Deanne? Some crazy spear thing made of diamonds. This could have been useful in like every other battle. Don't tell me you just learned this ability 5 minutes ago. Where was this attack? I'm just kind of ticked at like at least the combination attack, the trifecta of a combo of the three shields. Those are three things we have seen multiple times in the series by these three characters. Her pulling out this ultimate version of her pillar attack, I mean, it's useful in this exact situation, but where was it? When did she learn it? And why didn't she use it up until this point? I'm just curious. And at the end point, of course, Bond shows up high. He has his fist ready. And once again, the power scaling, I'm just going to forget it for now. And he punches down. He's like, we're going to kick him out of your body. Come back to us, Captain, sort of idea. And boom, boom, boom. The Diamond Tower is completely shattered, so Bond can shatter Diamond. That's pretty cool, I guess. Diamond Jozu, you better watch out, because if it's a Bond versus Diamond Jozu, I know who's taking it right now, considering the look of this tower at the end of it. And then the smoke clears, and we see, of course, Meliodas and Bond back together. Everyone's like, is he back? Is he really here? Elizabeth's like, yeah, he's back, and we first see the tattoo. It's back to normal. This is odd to me. The last page, he's back in his old body. So what happened to the commandments? What happened to his adult form? Is he still cursed? Does he still have the power of the commandments? Is the Demon King truly eradicated? Like, by the looks of it, the Demon King has literally just been, not defeated, destroyed. His spirit and soul was wiped out by Trillion Dark, and then his body, his vessel, from this perspective, was rejected and taken over by the spirit of Meliodas. The only other thing I could see is that potentially the Demon King's essence or soul can never truly be defeated. Like the Ten Commandments are still there, and they hold a presence of the Demon King, his mind, his soul, his spirit, some form. And it's locked deep inside Meliodas, and he's compressing it down. And Meliodas is the current host. Similar to a Hollow Ichigo sort of idea. Hollow Ichigo's there and compressed. It's only when Ichigo laps in control that he comes out sort of idea. But assuming that's not the case, and I don't see a precedent for that. I don't know why that would be a thing. Unless it's in the form, once again, of the Ten Commandments. Where did they go? Are they still there? There's, like, why is Meliodas in the small body again? There's a lot of questions to be asked here, honestly. And if this is truly the end of the Demon King, and by the looks of the title of the next chapter, One Last Stop Upon Their Long Journey, or whatever it's called, something to that effect, is this, like, are we going to end this series on, like, chapter 310? Going to have a couple of, okay, we're going to revive Arthur, Elizabeth and Meliodas' curse is going to be broken, and the angels, Zeldris is going to get with Gelda and going to be revived, Mael is going to take over the role of the Goddess Clan, they're going to go separate ways, Peace to Britannia, that's going to take 3 or 4 chapters, and then we're going to get the epilogue chapter in 310? Like, is this the end? I'm so curious. Are they going to pull out, like Supreme Deity and Demon King come back in some crazy form and be like, we've been here the whole time? Or is the Sinner going to jump out of somewhere? Where is the Sinner? Was the Sinner actually destroyed by the Greatest Sun attack? Because that was the most off-screened epic death I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was epic attack and a shot, but I didn't think he actually died. Did he? I mean, well, there was no hype for him, clearly, by that logic, but I just don't know where this is going. This chapter, guys, was so, like, head-turning. Like, I don't understand. I don't know where we're going. Is this series going to end in the next few chapters? I don't know. What do you guys think down in the comment section down below? Let me know. I don't know what more to say other than keep regurgitating the same stuff. I don't know what's happening. Is the Demon King truly defeated? Was that it? Was that the hype for 300 chapters for our main antagonist? Who looked so dope, who was so powerful, and now was reduced to a friendship-boosting spirit battle? And a power scaling that made no sense in the real world? Okay. Alright. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. This has been Griever. Like, comment, subscribe as always. And check back here for chapter 306, assuming there is going to be one, of Behind the Bar Reviews. As always, drink responsibly, and we'll hopefully see you back here next time. Let me know once again for the third, fourth, fifth time, what did you guys think of the chapter? Let me know your thoughts on how soon this series is truly going to end. Let me know down below, and we'll see you back here next time.